Hi everybody, this is Dwight Icen-Hour, and welcome to the Dwight Icen-Hour, a show designed for the fans, by the fans. Let's hop right into today's episode. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to the Dwight Icen-Hour, episode 2. And we had such a great time with the last one. It was actually the first time we've done anything like this, so I hope you guys enjoyed what we did for you. And I know that it was supposed to go up at 6 o'clock this past Wednesday, and like I said, it's the first time we've ever done anything like this, so it was a little bit of a hurdle we had to jump over to get the thing up there, but we finally did get it up there, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So, episode 2, we're going to have all new questions, all new songs. We're actually going to do more singing this time, and we're going to have, just like I said, all new stories, new fan photos, and new fan questions. So we've got some good ones. So we're just going to hop right into it. Welcome to Storytime with Dwight. For those of you who tuned in to the last episode, you noticed I talked a lot about Jerry Lee Lewis. Well, my story time today is going to be about Jerry Lee Lewis because on New Year's Eve of 2017 going into 2018, my wife and I went to Memphis. She got me front row tickets to see Jerry Lee Lewis at his cafe and honky tonk on Beale Street in Memphis. And we were sitting this close to Jerry Lee. How close I am to the camera right now, which is about 2 feet from the camera. That's how close we were to Jerry Lee Lewis. So the whole night he was basically playing to us. It was a dream come true, for one. I had seen Jerry Lee twice, but he looked about that big. I was so far back. So to see him up close was just amazing. I mean, this guy has outlasted all of the great rock and rollers that are still performing. He's one of the last ones that's still out there doing it, of the original Sun Records legends. He come out that night and he was just in top form. You could tell he was there to have a good time, and you knew that everybody in that room was diehard Jerry Lee fans. The electricity in the audience. So Jerry Lee was there to put on a great show. And he come out, he was wearing this bright sparkly blue jacket, and he just looked sharp. And he sat down and he just started playing hit after hit after hit, and some rarities. But about 3 or 4 songs in, I finally got the courage to stand up and shake his hand. And the picture you're going to see was captured by a fan. And then it was sent to me through Facebook. I cannot recall who sent me this photo, but thank you, whoever you are. But this is the photo of me meeting Jerry Lee live on stage. Now, after that photo was taken, Jerry Lee played another 4 or 5 songs. And at the end of his very last song, before he took his break, he stood up, and I saw that as a prime opportunity to get a great video. I stood up and I told Jerry Lee he was the greatest, and I reached out to shake his hand again, and I did shake his hand, and he was a little wobbly, so he actually takes my hand and shakes it, and then he uses my hand to help him walk to the edge of the stage, and you'll see that in the video. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever for someone that idolizes Jerry Lee Lewis, to have been able to help him out a little bit. He's the greatest. He's the killer, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Thank you. You're the greatest, Jerry. Yes, thank you. You're the greatest, man. This next story is very special to me. I was really good friends with a lady. Her name was Patty Perry, who was one of Elvis's best friends. She was actually called the only female member of the Memphis Mafia. She was with Elvis for, I believe, 17 years. And she was just a great friend to him, a true friend to him. And we would go to her house just to visit, and she would have us spend the night, my wife and I. And we would just have fun. We would just stay up with her all night watching movies, dancing, singing, and just having a great time talking about Elvis, talking about everything. It wasn't just always Elvis, but she was just a pleasure to be around. And one time before one of the trips, it was actually me and my friend Ted Torres. We were going to visit Patty. And she told me that she wanted to give me something very special to her. And I had no clue at the time what it was until we got there. And she said, "Dwight, I want to give you this." She went to her closet and she come back with a little book, and it was called The Impersonal Life. And she gave me this book. This book was one of Elvis Presley's copies of the book, which was his favorite book. And this book was so special that Elvis Presley would give copies to his friends for Christmas. He would just, anybody that was special to him got a copy of this book. And this book was given to Patty in 1970, early 70s, I would say 71, 72. It's called The Impersonal Life. And inside the book, Elvis Presley writes on the first page, he writes, "To Pat, may you find the happiness, the quiet of spirit and love spoken of in this little book. Elvis Presley." And she gave me this book that night when we went to see her. That's the kind of lady Patty was. If she loved you, you were like her family. And it was, it wasn't until about a year later that I was reading through the book, and I found something in the book that Patty did not even know was in the book. When I was reading this book, I found Elvis's actual notes, all of the things underlined in red, and there's several other pages with this on it. But for those of you who know about Elvis, you know that he would make notes in his books. He would underline things right beside paragraphs. He would, just make little notations of things that stood out to him in these books. So I was just blown away that she gave me this book. And my favorite part of this book is Patty actually wrote to me. She wrote, "To my Dwight, I love you, and I'm so happy you have this little book, Patty, 2808. And this is where she wrote to me. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is one of my favorite stories. And thank you, Patty, and we love you and we miss you.
Hey, Dwight. How you doing? This is Bill Kraus. Got a question for you. Of all of Elvis's jumpsuits, which one is your personal favorite? Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
What's up, Bill? Hey, man, thanks for your question. My favorite Elvis jumpsuit, I have many that I love. I mean, those things were works of art, basically. But I would have to say my favorite Elvis jumpsuit was a jumpsuit from, I believe, 1974. It's called the Crystal Flower. And I wear that suit a lot because it's just so beautiful. The designs, the crystals that are placed all around the chest, down the legs. I just think that suit is so beautiful. And it really comes to life on stage. I mean, seeing it in pictures, it's a nice looking suit. But when you see it on stage, it totally becomes a totally different jumpsuit. So the Crystal Flower would be my personal favorite. Thanks for your question, Bill, and we'll see you guys soon.
Hi, Dwight. This is Betsy from the Blue Hawaii Ladies, and my question is, if you could star in an Elvis movie, which one would you choose and why? Thanks, and hope to see you soon.
Hey, Betsy, how are you? Good to hear from you, and thank you for your question. If I could act in an Elvis movie, which Elvis movie would I want to act in? I would say probably, and not because you're one of the Blue Hawaii Ladies, but I would probably have to say Blue Hawaii. For one, I love Hawaii. I mean, I love to go there and just relax, and we just have a great time when we go to Hawaii, and it seems like the weather is always beautiful there. So add that together with just the great fun movie that Blue Hawaii was, and it looked like it would have been a lot of fun to make. And I would say Blue Hawaii would be the movie I would pick, and maybe Clam Bake. No, I'm teasing. But thanks for your question, and we'll see you girls soon.
Hi Dwight, this is your mom. My question for you is, what is the most unusual show that you have ever performed? I love you guys. Stay safe.
Hey Mom, we love you too. The weirdest show I've ever performed, well, I don't even have to think about it for long because I already know exactly what I'm going to say. When I was 18, I got a call, and you probably remember this. When I was 18, I got a call, and the guy said, "Is this that Elvis boy?" And I said, well, yeah, I sing Elvis, if that's what you're asking. And he said, I own a place called Uncle Bob's Chicken Palace. And I'm thinking it's like a restaurant or something, a chicken restaurant like KFC or something. Popeyes. And so we show up, me and my band. I had a 4-piece band. We show up, and I think I'm just going to start singing. I didn't realize there was other things going on. So he said, no. He said, you don't start singing right now. He said, you're in between the rounds. And I didn't really know what that meant until they brought out roosters with razors on them. And it was a cockfight, chicken fights. And so that was probably the weirdest show I've ever played in my life. So basically I was the halftime show for the roosters fighting. Doesn't get much weirder than that, and I just want you guys to know that I do not support animal cruelty or rooster fights or anything like that, but that was a long time ago. Had I known, I probably would not have accepted the show. The second weirdest show I've ever played at was a place here in Florida. It was a nudist resort, and it was interesting, especially at the end when the ladies would come up, and usually they ask you to sign their T-shirts, but well, they weren't wearing any shirts, so they were asking you to sign other things. It was interesting. So that was my two weirdest shows. Love you. See you soon.
Hi Dwight, this is Sue. Here's my question. How many times you been to Graceland, and what's your favorite room? See you later.
Hey Sue, how are you? Thanks for your question. What's my favorite room at Graceland, and how many times have I been to Graceland? I have probably been to Graceland over 50 times, I would say, easily. We usually go every year for Elvis Week, of course, and we also go around Christmas time. So we've been there several times around Christmas time, and when you go during Christmas time, of course, they change up everything. So it's very beautiful. It's all decked out in Christmas trees everywhere, lights, flowers. They change the curtains to red instead of the blue. So it's very Christmassy, and it gives you that feeling of Elvis at Christmas time. And we go there during Elvis Week, which is very special because that's the week we celebrate Elvis and the music he left us and the memories. So it's very special to go during Elvis Week. So I love going to Graceland any time of the year. And I would suggest if you guys have never been to Graceland, you got to go to Graceland. But I would say my favorite room in Graceland would be the TV room, because that room is just so funky. And I love the monkey, the monkey in the room on the coffee table. That's one of my favorite pieces inside of Graceland. And when I go to the TV room, I just imagine all these great parties they must have had, and just joking around, having a good time in the TV room. So that would be my pick. Thanks, Sue.
Hi, Dwight. My name is Joyce Storm. I live in Port Charlotte, Florida. I really enjoyed your first episode of the Dwight Icen-Hour, and I'm glad that you're going to continue doing it. I just have a question. I was wondering what you hope to do in the future when you feel that you're past the point of wanting to be an ETA. You're so talented, I'm sure you'll find something, but I'm just interested in knowing what you think you might like to do. Thank you, and keep up the good work, and hope to see you in Port Charlotte soon. Bye.
Hi Joyce, good to hear from you. Yes, you're right. I don't want to be 65, 70 years old in a jumpsuit and black hair and sideburns, that's for sure. What I plan to do is produce shows to find younger artists and put them out there, help promote, and really focus on my Shake, Rattle, and Soul Fest. I think I'll always sing. I think I'll always get out, but I do think I will get out of the jumpsuits and just maybe wear like a nice stage suit and still sing and perform. But I, of course, will not be doing it as the character Elvis Presley. It'll just be as myself, which I love doing anyhow, so it won't really be any different than what I already do. But I think I will get more into the producing festivals, that aspect of it. It was a great question. Thank you so much, and stay safe, okay? We'll see you soon.
Hey Dwight, how are you, buddy? Dan Barella here. I actually have a two-part question. First part, obviously, boxers or briefs. I mean, people ask me, and I have to answer for you, so just tell the world now, get it over with. And my other question, you seem to transition very easily in between a lot of different voices and vocal styles. Do you have any special preparations that you use before you sing or before a show? Because you make it look real easy, brother. All right, thanks. Stay safe and have a great day.
Hey, Dan. Well, boxers or briefs? Okay, I'm going to just wrap it all up and tell you boxer briefs is what I wear. So, guess we'll combine the two. Boxer briefs is what I wear. So you can tell everyone next time they ask you. Okay? And as far as preparations to go in and out of different voices and things, there's really nothing that I do. The main thing that you can do is get lots of sleep before your performance and drink lots of water. That's basically what I do. And I don't really do any warm-ups or anything. I should, but I don't. So there you go, man. Looking forward to seeing you again, man. Thank you so much. This next segment is Fan Photos with Dwight. In this first photo, I am pictured with Darla, Doris, and Myrta. These are three of my favorite ladies that I've met in the world. These ladies have been coming to see me since I was 19 or 20 years old. And they're from my hometown, from Southeast Ohio. And they've been on cruises with me. They have been to family functions with me. They know my family personally. My wife's family has even had the pleasure of meeting these three ladies. And we all love them. And this photo here was taken this year at the Stewart's Opera House in Nelsonville. And it's always a pleasure when I get to see those three. I love you guys. This next photo is me and my good friend, Mr. Chris Dopsch. In this photo, we're actually pictured at a show that I was doing in Shawnee, Oklahoma. And at this particular show, I was performing with Elvis's original conductor, Joe Gershio. The Stamps Quartet was there. Elvis's original trumpet player was there. And we actually got to meet Naomi Judd, who was the wife of the bass singer in the Stamps Quartet. So it was a huge production, and at this particular show, Chris Dopsch came, and at that show, we really got to know Chris, and we become great friends, my wife and I, with Chris. And he now comes to my festival for the past several years. Every year in Sarasota, I perform the Shake, Rattle, and Soul Fest. And it's our festival that we produce every year. And he supports us at that by showing up and just having a great time. Anytime Chris is there, it's always a great time. We love being around him. Thank you, Chris, for your submission, man. We'll see you soon. This photo here was taken actually this year on the Tribute Productions cruise in January. I am pictured with Jen Johnson, Viola, and Connie. I met these girls, we had a ball on the cruise, and they were just a blast to be around, and I hope you guys enjoyed the cruise as much as I did, girls. Thank you so much, and It was just a pleasure meeting y'all. Hopefully we see you again soon, okay? Take care. Here I am pictured with Tom McNaughton. He's been coming to our shows for quite a while here in Florida. And here we are pictured at the Venice Theater in Venice, Florida. This is one of my very favorite venues that I play here in Florida. This picture was taken on December 2nd of 2019 for one of our Christmas shows there. Thank you so much, Tom, and I hope you enjoy Moody Blue, which I'll be doing here in just a little bit. I know that's your favorite. Thank you, man. This next photo is myself pictured with our friend Ginger. Now, this photo was taken at the historic Polk Theater in Lakeland, Florida. Many of you may already know this, but Elvis Presley performed 3 sold-out shows at the historic Polk Theater in 1956. And at that particular show is where Elvis got the name Elvis the Pelvis from one of the local reporters. They were watching his show that night, and they called him Elvis the Pelvis in the newspaper the next day. So there we are, pictured with Ginger at the historic Polk Theater. Thank you, Ginger. This photo here is myself pictured with Bill Strauss, Colonel Bill Strauss. Bill films many Elvis shows in the Chicagoland area. Actually, all around the United States probably. He's filming some great film of a lot of the ETA shows. And here we are pictured at the Chicagoland Elvis Fest by Tribute Productions in 2019. Thanks, Bill. Here I am pictured with my good friend Lorraine. Now, I met Lorraine in Lake George several years ago. We've been great friends, her actually and her whole family. The picture on the left was taken of us. We're sharing a dance together in 2008. And then the photo on the right was us in 2019 at the Lake George, both photos are actually at the Lake George Elvis Fest. And we love you, Lorraine. Thank you. This last picture, ladies and gentlemen, many of you know this lady. She has been with us for years and years and years. This is Jennifer Hughes. Jennifer she runs the Complete Fan Club along with her mother-in-law, Sue Hughes, who we love. They do a fantastic job. They work hard for us year-round, doing newsletters, websites, Facebook accounts. They do everything under the sun for us, and we thank them so much. Here I am pictured with Jennifer Hughes at the Marquet Theater in Jackson, Ohio last year. Now, we've performed there many times, and we always have a great time. We're actually coming back on, I believe, June 27th, hopefully, fingers crossed, of this year. So, Jennifer, we love you. Thank you so much for submitting the photo, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome to the all request section of the show. Now, these are all songs that you submitted and that you wanted to hear, so I hope you enjoy this portion of the show. Before we get started with that, I just want to thank all of you for watching the first episode, for clicking like, for sharing, and for just enjoying what we've done for you. We've had a lot of great comments, and your support really means a lot to us, so thank you so much. And I especially want to thank those of you who clicked on the PayPal link and donated to these shows and to what we're doing. As you all know, due to the COVID-19, any musician, any singer, we're all out of work right now. So this is really helping us out a lot, and we genuinely, heartfelt thank you to all of you who have donated to help us out, okay? Thank you so much. So right now we're going to jump right into the requests, and we're going to do a Tom Jones song from Mr. Carl Bradychuck. He wanted us to do a Tom Jones. So, Carl, I hope you like this one, man. All right, it's called Help Yourself. Yeah! Love is like candy on a shelf. You want to taste and help yourself. The sweetest things are there for you. Help yourself, take a few. That's what I want you to do. We're always told repeatedly, the very best in life is free. So if you want to prove it's true, baby, I'm telling you, this is what you should do. Just help yourself to my lips, to my arms, just say the word. my heart, your smile is open up the door. The greatest word that exists in the world can never buy what I could give. So help yourself to my lips, to my arms, then let's really start to live. All right. Yeah. Listen to me now. My heart has love enough for two, more than enough for me and you. I'm rich with love, a millionaire. I've so much, it's unfair. Why don't you just take a share? Just help yourself to my lips, to my arms. Just say the word and they're yours. Just help yourself to my love. In my heart, the smile is open up the door. The greatest word that exists in the world can never buy what I could give. So help yourself to my lips, to my arms, and then let's really start to live. Just help yourself to my lips, to my arms. Just say the word and they're yours. Just help yourself to the love. In my heart, the smile is open up the door. The greatest word that exists in the world could never. Thank you very much. Thank you, honey. I appreciate these undergarments. Thank you. Oh man, we're having fun with that one. Hey everybody, this next song was requested by you, several of you. Well, not this song, but by this artist. So, by request, I would like to do my all-time favorite singer-songwriter who I've seen over 100 times in concert, Mr. Elton John. Hit it. Daniel's traveling tonight on a plane. I can see the red tail lights heading for Spain. Oh, and I can see Daniel waving goodbye. God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. Say Spain is pretty, though I've never been. Daniel says it's the best place he's ever seen. Oh, he should know it's been that enough. Oh, I miss Daniel. No, I miss him so much. Oh, Daniel, my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the pain? Oh, the scars that won't heal your eyes have died. You see more than I. Daniel, you're a star in the face of the sky. tail lights, heading for Spain. Oh, not to see Daniel waving goodbye. Oh God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. Oh God, it looks like Daniel must be the clouds in my eyes. Oh, 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 This next song is a Bruce Springsteen song requested by Chris Dopsch. He asked me to do this, our good friend Chris. And I like to think Elvis may have recorded this song had he got the chance to hear it. It's one of my favorites. We're going to show you what Elvis might have sounded like singing this Bruce classic. Let's do it. Daddy home, they go and leave you all alone. Oh no, I got a bad inside. Oh, I'm on fire. Tell me, pretty baby, is it good to you when they do to you the things that I do? Oh no, I can take you high. Oh, I'm on fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and drove a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. Well, at night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you can cool my inside. Oh, I'm on fire. I like to use my imagination. Maybe that's what Elvis would have sounded like singing that one, but who knows? But I hope you enjoy that one. Now, a lot of you submitted this song here, and I'm glad you did, because this is one of my favorite Elvis albums from 1976, an album called Moody Blue. And this song, and actually most of the album, was recorded in the legendary Jungle Room at Graceland. I want to do this song for my friend, especially Matt King, all right? Moody Blue, man. Well, it's hard to be a gambler, betting on a number changes every time. Well, you think you're gonna win, you think she's giving in, strangers all your flying. Well, it's hard to figure out what she's all about when she's woman through and through. She's a complicated lady, so call her my baby, Moody Blue. Oh, Moody Blue, tell me am I getting through? I keep a hanging on, trying to learn the song, but I never do. Oh, Moody Blue, tell me who I'm talking to. You're like night and day, but it's
it's hard to say which one is you. Well, when Monday comes, she's Tuesday. When Tuesday comes, she's Wednesday. To another day again. Her personality wise, like a ball of twine, all a school that never ends. Well, I think I know well her emotions reveal she's not the person that I thought I knew. She's a complicated lady, so call her my baby Moody Blue. Oh, Moody Blue, tell me am I getting through? I keep a hanging on, trying to learn this song, but I never do. Oh, Moody Blue, tell me who I'm talking to. Feel like night and day, but it's hard to say which one is you. I'm a brave man, Moody Blue. But you don't know. This song I never do. Oh, Moody Blue, tell me who I'm talking to. Feel like night and day, but it's hard to say which one is you. Oh, Moody Blue, I keep my hanging on, trying to learn the song that I never do.
Here's one you guys requested. I'm glad you did because it's one of my very, very favorite later Elvis songs from the later years. Song by Johnny Ace originally, and Elvis did it, and we're going to do his version. It's called Pledging My Love. One like
forever, my darling, my love will be true, always and forever. I love only you. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. May this fire in my soul, dear, forever burn. My heart sang your command, dear, to give love and a hold. Making you happy is my desire. Loving you is my goal. I'll forever love you for the rest of my days. I'll never part from you and your loving ways. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. May this fire in my soul, dear, forever burn. Play it, James Burke. Yeah. Play that Paisley guitar. Rock and roll. My heart sang your command, dear, to keep love and to hold. Making you happy is my desire. Loving you is my goal. I'll forever love you for the rest of my days. I'll never part from you and your loving ways. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. May this fire in my soul, dear, forever burn. One more time.
This next song actually was not by request. None of you requested this song. I'm actually requesting this song because it's one of my favorites. It comes from 1960s, and who knows, maybe after hearing this song it'll become one of yours. From I believe this was supposed to have been on the Flaming Star album soundtrack, but it didn't make it on there maybe. But I hope you enjoy it. It's called Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. One like this.
Summer kisses, winter tears, that was what she gave to me. Never thought I'd travel all alone the trail of memories. Happy hours, lonely years, but I guess I can't complain, for I still recall the summer sun through all the winter rain. The fire of love, the fire of love can burn from afar, but nothing can light the dark of the night like a falling star. Summer kisses, winter tears, like the stars they fade away, leaving me to spend my lonely nights in dreams of yesterday. The fire of love, the fire of love can burn from afar, but nothing can light the dark of the night like a falling star. Summer kisses, winter tears, like the stars they fade away, leaving me to spend my lonely nights with dreams of yesterday. Leaving me to spend my lonely nights with dreams of yesterday. Summer kisses, winter tears.
A little rare one for you there. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, this is one you guys said you wanted to hear, and it comes from a movie called Follow That Dream, and this is the title song to the movie.
Follow that dream, I gotta follow that. I keep a moving it, I move along, I keep a moving it. I ain't gonna follow that dream wherever that dream may lead. I follow that dream to find the love I need. When your heart gets restless, time to move along. When your heart gets weary, time to sing a song. But when a dream is calling you, there's just one thing that you can do. Well, you gotta follow that dream wherever that dream may lead. You gotta follow that dream to find the love you need. Take it up. Keep a moving it, a move along. Keep a moving it. Gotta find me someone whose heart is free, someone to look for my dream with me. And when I find her, I may find out just what my dreams are all about. Well, you gotta follow that dream wherever that dream may lead. You gotta follow that dream to find the love you need. Well, you gotta follow that dream wherever that dream may lead. You gotta follow that dream to find the love you need. Keep moving, I'm moving along. Keep moving, I'm moving along. I keep moving, I'm moving along.
All of you asked me to do this one. I love this song. It's a Neil Sedaka song that Neil wrote, I believe, in the early 70s. Elvis covered this in the later 70s. A beautiful song called Solitaire. went like this.
There was a man, a lonely man, who lost his love through his indifference. A heart I care that went unshared until it died within his silence. And solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down. Life goes all around him everywhere. He's playing solitaire and keeping to himself begins to deal, and still the king of hearts is well concealed. Another losing game comes to an end and deals him out again. A little hope goes up in smoke. Just how it goes without saying. There was a man, a lonely man, who woke a man that is playing. And solitaire's the only game in town. Every road that takes him, Lord, it takes him down. Life goes all around him everywhere. He's playing solitaire and keeping to himself begins to deal, and still the king of hearts is well concealed. Another losing game comes to an end and deals him out again. And solitaire's the only game in town. For every road that takes him, Lord, it takes him down. Another losing game comes to an end. He's playing solitaire.
Ladies and gentlemen, this last song I'm going to do for you was requested by many of you. I want to dedicate this song to Jeannie Zimmer from out in California. Now, Jeannie comes to a lot of our shows. She comes on cruises with us. And she's been a big supporter. We love you. Thank you so much. And I also want to dedicate this song to my friend Bill Kraus in Chicago. This is his favorite Elvis song. A little song called The Wonder of You.
When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me hope and consolation. You give me strength to carry on, and you're always there to lend a hand in everything I do. That's the wonder of you. And when you smile, the world is brighter. You touch my hand and I'm a king. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me is everything. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder of you. Play it, James.
Oh, sing it with me at home. Come on, a little louder now, everybody. You can do louder than that.
I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me as you do. That's the wonder of you.
All right. Thank you guys so much for requesting these songs. You had a lot of great ones. There's another one. But I just want to thank you guys so much for requesting these great, great Elvis songs, and even the songs that weren't the Elvis songs. Thank you for all your submissions. I hope you've enjoyed the songs, and we'll see you later. Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 2 of the Dwight Icen-Hour. And I hope you guys had a great time. I know I did. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you at episode 3. This next song, actually, nobody requested this one, so I'm going to request it. It's one of my favorite ones, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope maybe it becomes one of your favorites. So it was a beautiful song from the 1960s called Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. Went like this.